The Used are back.
The Used are a post-hardcore and alternative rock band formed in 2001 from Orem, Utah. They would go on to create masterpieces such as 2002's self-titled album and my personal favorite, the 2004 album In Love and Death. Along with bands like Under Oath, Taking Back Sunday, Thrice, Senses Fail, Brand New, and My Chemical Romance, The Used would help to define the 2000s post-hardcore scene. That's enough history, let's get to the album. Since this album has 16 songs, which includes 2 interlude tracks, I'll only be speaking about songs like the singles and songs I feel are important. The first song of this album is called Paradise Lost, a poem by John Milton. It's a rock banger. The guitar solo is excellent from Joey Bradford. It really seems like he's finding his place in the band. It's an absolutely solid way to start the album. The only negative part is a weird electronic noise that can get really annoying. The second track on the album is a song called Blow Me. It was the first single that was released for the album, and it dropped December 6, 2019. Even though it was so late in the year, it was able to become my third most listened to on Spotify for the year. The song blew me away when I heard it.
Boo! You stink!
This song is extremely catchy and was stuck in my head for over 2 months, but it's still able to keep its heaviness. They played this the last time I saw them, February 11th, and the pit got monstrous during this song, the biggest it was for the entire show. Jason from Fever 333 and formerly Let Live is insane with the screams, and the breakdown at the end is heavy. Definitely one of my favorite songs from the album. I still can't get over how heavy this breakdown is. The fourth track on the album is a song called Bloody Nose. I absolutely love this song. This is definitely gonna become a concert staple for them in the future. It's just a fun song, and on top of that, 2 minutes and 12 seconds in, there's a scream. It sounds like an old Bert scream, but it made me freak out with excitement. It's definitely a recorded scream from probably 15 years ago, but it's sick and it fits the song perfectly. Definitely one of my favorite songs off the album. Absolutely fantastic, and here's a little clip of the scream. The seventh track off the album is a song called Cathedral Bell. This was the third single from the album, and this absolutely terrified me. This song is way too poppy. I was afraid more of this album would be like this song, but I'm happy to say that it's not. There are many weird noises like synthesizer harps. The music isn't great at all, but Bert's vocal performance is definitely the best part of this song. It did slightly grow on me after a couple dozen listens, but it's still my second least favorite song off the album. The 10th track off the album is called Clean Cut Heels. The song makes Cathedral Bell seem like a Slayer song. Bert said this album would contain their poppiest song ever and also their heaviest song ever. I thought the poppiest song would end up being Cathedral Bell, but I was wrong. I expect this from Maroon 5, not The Used. Definitely the worst song off the album. The 12th track off the album is a song called The Lighthouse. At this point, Mark Hoppus will jump at the chance to do a feature on any song, but unfortunately, we've reached filler. Bert yelling "I can be your lighthouse" over and over again is really annoying, but who expected an epic slap bass solo from Jeff? The 13th track off the album is a song called Obvious Blase. I love this song. I was afraid we were completely in filler territory, but I'm so happy we're not. Easily one of my favorites. The catchiest song on the album in my opinion. Sounds like a song from The Used. This is the standard that I expect from them. Still can't find where Travis Barker is playing in this song. The 14th and final track I will be speaking about is a song called The Lottery. The song starts very heavy, but I expected something a little bit heavier since it contains Caleb Shomo from Attack Attack and Beartooth. This part gives me major Glassjaw vibes. About a minute in though, Caleb comes in and builds up to a scream. But then it goes much calmer with Bert in the chorus. And then all of a sudden, the heaviest thing The Used has ever done occurs. A full metalcore breakdown. This is something I would hear in a Beartooth or a Knocked Loose song. Never would expect this in a Used song. Absolutely love it. Here's a little clip. So what do I think about this album as a whole? This is a very solid album from The Used. The Used is in my top 10 favorite bands of all time, so I hold them to a very high standard. They definitely met my expectations of what an album from The Used would sound like in 2020. They've been making music for almost 20 years now, so it's amazing to hear that they can still deliver. I initially thought I would give this a 7 out of 10, then a 7.5 out of 10, but after listening to this album over a dozen times, I'm gonna give this album an 8 out of 10. Finally, I would just like to wish my friend Nick a very happy birthday. I'd like to thank you for everything you've done for me, including getting me into The Used.